Hello everyone, this is Xfixium, and this is the beginning of a tutorial series where I show you how to create a Sega Master System game from scratch using DevkitSMS, which is a powerful collection of tools and libraries that will be used in conjunction with code written in the C language. The game we will be coding is a longtime arcade personal favorite of mine, Miss Pac-Man. I'll go through every part of the process, from setting up your dev environment in Windows to basic SMS concepts, resource creation, and the actual source code in detail. The tutorial is primarily targeted towards developers that have some background in coding, but it's written in a simple enough fashion that it can be digested by beginners as well. Familiarity with arrays, variables, and functions are a plus, however. With that, let's get started by setting up our dev environment. We'll start off by getting our compiler. I search for SDCC compiler. I'm going to go download. I'm going to go to the SourceForge download page. Running a virtual machine at this point just so I can go through the install process and show everything that will show up instead of going on my host machine, which already has all that stuff installed. I have a 64-bit Windows installation, so I'm going to choose that. And I'm going to choose 4.3.0. And then I'm going to grab the setup executable. Okay, I'm going to double click the install. And just like that, SDCC is installed. On to the next step, which is DevkitSMS. Here we're going to go to the drop down and select download zip file. Go to the folder, right click and select extract all. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is download Emulator. Emulator is an emulator that we'll be using to monitor our performance of the game, as well as some other bells and whistles when we're developing. If you have Java already installed in your host machine, then this first selection will be just fine. If you do not, I would recommend this one for whatever bit machine you have. Okay, and as with some of the other packages, we're going to extract all. Now we're going to set up files that we need to have in SDCC. So here I'm going to go to the SDCC installation folder, or directories, program files, SDCC, and then we're in the bin file. And over here I'm going to go into DevkitSMS. I'm going to grab our assets to banks application within Windows directory. Here, going to copy and paste this into SDCC directory. There we go. we're going to need this IHX to SMS. And lastly, we're going to need this make SMS. Okay, that's all set up. Let's move up one level, and we're going to go to the lib directory. We're going to find Sega Master System's microprocessor type, which is the Z80. Go to the SMS lib, and we're just going to grab this one file to bring over. And that's it for the setup for SDCC. We have some other files that we need to set up, but we're going to set them up locally within our project folder. So that brings us to the last piece here, which is the actual code editor. We'll be using Visual Studio Code for this. I'm going to download for Windows. Once it's downloaded, I'm going to run it. Install it. Here, finish. Gonna need some extensions here. C extension pack. As it pops up. Going to take this top one here, and we're going to install this one first. We are going to bring in the extension pack and install that. There is also Emulator debugger. And we will install that. I believe that's everything we need for extensions. We're going to go back to our Explorer here. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to name it Miss Pack. Oops. This pack. And here I'm going to create 4 new directories. The first one I'm going to call assets. Second one I'm going to call banks. Third one I'm going to call libs. And then lastly, I'll name this one Emulicious. As you may guess, I'm going to put all the Emulicious files in that directory. So we go to our unzipped Emulicious files. I'm going to pop them right in here. We're going to bring over some of the DevkitSMS files into their directories as well. And under the libs directory, we're going to go into the SMS lib, go to the source files, and we're going to bring that header on over. We're going to go up, and now we need our audio library, which is the PSG lib library. We're going to grab the lib, and we're going to grab the header. Under libs, we're also going to bring in one more file. We're going to bring our CRT file in here. So CRT0 SMS REL file. Under banks, where I'm going to do all the compilation, I'm going to bring in one final file. That's this peep rolls text. And we look at Visual Studio Code, and we open the folder to the desktop. I'm going to open up Miss Pac-Man. And under Miss Pac-Man, we're going to have those subfolders: the text, Emulicious, and the libs that we'll need. And that's the conclusion for all the resources that you need installed and the beginning of the setup of our project to make the game.